Hey everybody, Mrs. Bianchi. We're looking at question number 14. It says, what is the volume of the figure in cubic feet? Now, before we begin, we need to have our game plan. I'm going to suggest that we break it up into the piece in the back and the piece in the front. So it's a rectangular prism in the back. Let's write the formula down. Write this down on your piece of paper. Volume equals length times width times height. So let's figure out what dimensions we have. We know that we have the height. That's pretty simple. That's 6. And we have this dimension right here. If this is 3, then this is 3, this is 3, and this is 3. So we have the 6 and the 3. But what we don't have, and we need, is the length of that line right there. The 5 and 5/10 is talking about the entire line. We need this piece. But here's what we do know. We know that this piece is 3. So if that's 3, this piece is 3, and this piece is 3. So if this is 5 and 5, or if the whole line is 5 and 5/10, and this is 3, then we need to subtract those two things together to get the length of that blue line. So you're going to go ahead and do that, and you're going to substitute that number in where I have a blue box. But let's put down the other dimensions so we know that this line right here is 3, and again, where am I getting that? I'm getting that from here, and we know that this is 6. So 3 times 6, we know that's 18. You're going to take whatever you got here, because that goes here, put it again here, and then do the algorithm for that. Do whatever you get for this times 18. Now remember, you have to move that decimal over one position to the left when you're done. All right, so you'll get that number. Now let's talk about the piece in the front. That's also a rectangular prism, and we're going to use the formula length times width times height. So let's make sure that we understand what the dimensions are. So they're telling us that this is 3, and if this is 3, then we know all the edges here are also 3. So we can use 3 by 3 as being, maybe the width and the length. But what would the height be? Well, the height would be right here, and they explicitly state that. So there's nothing tricky about that. We just have to substitute those numbers into the formula. So we have a 3, we have a 3, and then we have the 4 and 5/10. 3 times 3 is easy enough to do in your head. We get the 9. So you'll go ahead and off to the side, I'm going to recommend that when you do the algorithm for this, I would put this number on top because it has more digits, and put the 9 on the bottom, and just watch your decimal, because remember, whatever you get, multiply as though they were regular numbers, right? Whole numbers, and then remember, you got to move that decimal over 1. All right, so you'll get some number, whatever that is, you'll put that in this box. Now, to get the volume of the entire thing, you're going to add what you got when you multiplied this number times 18, and you'll take the number that you got when you did 9 times 4 and 5/10, and you'll add those two things together, being very careful to line up the decimals because we're adding, and that will be your final answer. Good luck finishing that up.